Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Renton Reflects. I've been a fan of animation ever since I was a little kid. I watched a ton of cartoons growing up. Although lately, I haven't been watching a lot of the new cartoons that have been put out. This is either because I'm outside of the age demographic the shows are aiming for, that the cartoons didn't bring too much appeal to make me want to watch them, or that they just weren't all that good. When I first heard about this show, it actually got me interested, especially considering its premise. Taking place 200 years into the future, the show focuses on a human female preteen named Kipo who gets separated from her father and the rest of her community. You see, they've been living in an underground burrow in safety because up on the surface, which Kipo ends up on, it had become a post-apocalyptic wasteland inhabited by mutated animals of all shapes and sizes, both the feral and anthropomorphic kind. These mutated creatures are known as mutes for short. With the help of a couple of human teenagers who happen to live on the surface and a couple of mutes, Kipo must try to reunite with her father and the rest of her community, all the while discovering more about herself than she realizes. There's not much for me to say about the show without giving away any spoilers, other than it's really good. It's got great characters, great animation, great music, great setup. It's just great. I'm actually reminded of such shows as Teen Titans and Avatar: The Last Airbender in terms of animation style and the use of subtle humor. So I'd say this show's kind of like those two, but with its own mix of originality and a strong, energetic vibe thrown in there. What's also great about this show is how it's written. The more you watch each episode and learn more about the characters, the stronger the connections become, which helps boost the interest levels up greatly. Something also worth noting is that it's not often that a cartoon show features a main character or two who are of different races and or are part of the LGBT community. The way this show handled the representation of such aspects was done in a really smart way. I wouldn't be too surprised if this show became a classic in the making and that other cartoon shows would eventually follow its example. It's funny, emotional, thrilling, and all around very fresh, which is a nice change of pace from some of the other cartoon shows that I've seen lately. If I were to rate this show on a scale between 1 and 10, I would give it an 8.5. It's definitely worth a recommendation to put on your must-watch list. And that, ladies and gentlemen, has been my review. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.